Hello, so good to be with you on day number 4 of the Lower Back Love Challenge. I am so happy to be here with you, and I have loved hearing what's happening. So keep letting me know how your lower back is feeling. I love that. Okay, so today we are going to deal with what I consider, hey Jeannie, the number one, Janine, I think the number one cause of lower back pain. Yes, this is kind of the secret. In fact, I call it a secret. I don't know why it is. Because you go to the doctor, you go to orthopedic surgeons, you even go to massage therapists, and they don't work on this muscle that we're going to work on today and release it, and it causes the majority of our lower back pain. Woo! So we're going to work on that today, and it's the fear muscle. Yes, fear causes the majority of our lower back pain. So when you have lower back pain, perhaps you need to ask, what am I afraid of? Maybe that would be the first thing that you ask as soon as you feel that twinge or that catch or that go out of your lower back. It's like, what kind of fear just came up for me? What am I afraid of outside of me on the right side? What am I afraid of inside of me on the left side? So we are going to work on that muscle today. Now, right before I jumped on, I had a whole lot of stuff going on with my dad. He's here and he has pneumonia. He's visiting from northern Minnesota. I live in Hawaii, if you don't know that. He comes every year, and about a week into his stay, he got pneumonia. So I was dealing with him before I hopped on, and I realized I didn't turn on a light, and I need to do that because half my face is dark. So hang on just a second. All right, technical details. All right, much better. Okay, so I'm just gonna see who's on and see what's going on, and please let me know how your lower back is. I would love to know. Hey, Birdie Beer. Hey, Tanya. Janine. All right, good morning. All right, Birdie Beer, totally more aware of my butt cheeks clenching now. Awareness is so good. Hey, Margaret, Kathy, Jeannie, so glad you guys are here. Girls, guys and girls. I am excited to do this work. So we're gonna just jump on in to release fear out of your body. So let's do it. What you're going to need, and I'm going to just put this down so you can see my mat, is, where did it go? I had it here a minute ago. Oh, it's right behind me. Your big ball. So go get your softball sized ball and join me on your mat. Yeah. So we're going to release fear. Now the fear muscle in the body is the iliopsoas, and it runs right from the inside of your hip bone and down and attaches to the lesser trochanter, which is that ball part of the socket, or that goes into the hip socket, the ball part of the top of your leg. So right here. So this muscle comes down and attaches right there. Iliopsoas is part of the whole fear system. So it's the same muscle as the psoas that goes up alongside the edge of your belly, goes underneath your ribs, and attaches at T11, T12. I'm just teaching you the anatomy because I think it's really important to understand your body, and most of us don't study it in this way, but now you know. Now, iliopsoas draws your knees into your chest when you're afraid. It's like when I'm driving and someone almost hits me, I can feel my iliopsoas grab. So now that you're aware of this muscle, you might feel it too. Now the psoas itself that goes up alongside the outer edge of your belly and attaches at the back of your spine draws your chest down. So the whole fear system works like this in our body, curls us into a little ball. Why? To protect our soft underbelly. Yeah. So we have a system that really protects us from getting, well, you know, eaten by the lion, tigers, and bears, right? But it still responds no matter what is going on out there. When we have fear come up, boom, this iliopsoas muscle, two of them, one on each side, contracts. And the psoas itself also. But we're just dealing with this ilio because when my iliopsoas muscle contracts, it sends my booty straight out and jams my sacrum up into my lower back. So remember we talked about our butt cheek muscles jamming up? This is the extra like jam. And guess what? Most of us are locked into fear. We've not released old fears. And so we're stayed in a jam up in our lower back, and we're staying in some level of fear. So if you have sway back and you have that booty way sticking out there, which I did for years, it's this muscle, and you're stuck in fear. So we're gonna release it today. So grab your softball, hopefully you got it by now, and we're gonna come down and just put it right beside our right hip bone. And go in towards your pubic bone, push back towards your hip bone, just in that space. I'm onto the inside of my hip bone. And I'm breathing. And when I find that iliopsoas muscle, it's like a zing, like ah! I call it the screechy violin, and that's what fear feels like to our body. Ah! So hopefully you're feeling that. Let me know. I'll look at it in a second. Oh, and then you're just going to keep going down, and we're actually going to just dump into the top of our quads right here. So this iliopsoas goes a little bit into the inguinal crease, but we're just going to go straight down on to our quads. Yeah, because our quads are the fear reactors, fight, flight, or freeze. So this whole system we're working on today, this iliopsoas, and notice I'm just rocking back and forth, and I know where my iliopsoas muscle is. I'm on it every day. But it can be painful. Every day is different with my iliopsoas because I confronted something different from the day before. Now, like today already, I've kind of had a lot handed to me, and I could feel this muscle go, and it already worked it out with the ball. So it's so good that I'm back in here, right? Okay, now as you're just rocking and rolling here on this right side, this right side is fear of others. So my dad and his pneumonia and what's happening to him is right here. I can feel it. And I'm just needing to work it out. That's why I do this every single day, because things come along that cause me to grab on to my iliopsoas. And if you haven't been doing this work, guess what? Yours is going to be super stuck from years of stuff. So you're going to have to layer off, layer off, layer off. So good. Now, when I first started this, when I laid on my belly, it would hurt my lower back. And it might hurt your lower back a little bit as you do this. I'm kind of going up and down now and breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, saying ha, and releasing the fear. So I just did it anyway when it hurt my lower back and I was on my belly, because when I'm done and I lay on my back, oh, my back feels so much better. Yeah. All right, now we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take this ball and place it into the iliopsoas on your left side. It's right to the inside of that hip bone. Come onto it And then I'm going to roll back and forth. So same thing. I'm going back and forth in here. Yeah, and I'm breathing. Just right to the inside of that hip bone. All right, my left is tighter than my right. So I might have grabbed a little more for myself in here than for my dad, right? I make sure I stay in the video too. And I'm breathing, and I am going to go down again to that quad. So the fear muscle down into the fear reactor, the quads, just working at the top. Yeah, and I'm breathing and letting go. Breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. Head and neck loose and free. You can even be down on elbows if that helps lower back, or just your arms. And again, if it's hurting your lower back a little bit, don't worry. Over time, this muscle's gonna let go, and it's gonna be creating so much freedom in your lower back. You're gonna be like, whoo-hoo. Yeah. So just working around in there and using your breath, breathing in love. We live in a universe, an energy universe of love, and breathing out fear. Let it go. And this side, fear of ourselves. Yeah, fear of our inner world, fear of a feeling, fear of your intuition, or just fear for yourself. Yeah, so, oh yeah, just digging on in. Nice. And it will also be painful. Again, remember, it's a screechy violin feeling. So I'm going to just check in with you before we go to the next piece, because I want to see if anyone has any questions about that. So let's see. Good morning. My glutes are sore, says Judy. Well, good. Better than your lower back. Natasha, yay. Veronica, catching up on things I know that you taught me. Duh. Okay. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Laura. Hey, Karen. Hey, Kim. And Linda and Alice. Anybody have any questions about that fear muscle? Let me know. Now we're going to move on to the stretch that really gets them. So this stretch is so awesome. So we've released, we've opened. So I always like to do some ball work. Now, if you got your email, I gave you the bonus of the ball work in our live today, but I give you this stretch there. But you guys are on, so you see the, you got the release with the ball. And I always like to start that way with ball work. When you work with me, you'll notice that everything's about starting with the balls, because that releases the muscle. It's actually letting go of the fascia that covers the muscle. And so that we give the message to the muscle to let go. Before I added the ball work, I could do stretches and never get anywhere. The ball work makes such a huge difference. Okay, so now you're on your back, knees to chest. Just roll around and breathe and ease out any tension in that lower back. Like, I like to make little circles and little rocks, because it really helps me ease out that tension that I carry in my lower back. Nice. Now what I'm going to do is keep my left knee into my chest, drop my right foot, walk my right foot to the left, drop my right knee to the floor, and then I just take my left hand and pull this right heel into my mid left butt cheek. Now, for some of you, it won't go, and your foot may be way out here. I don't want knees to hurt. So just go as deep as you can. Nice. And then you're going to draw this left knee in toward your chest, in toward your chest, in toward your chest, and just release this right iliopsoas and quad. Now you notice I'm brushing down on it. I do that because I'm pushing out the fear. ha, ha. So you can join me, just brush it out. Ha, ha. Now your knee may be way up here. That's okay. That's just telling you how much fear you're stuck in, right? And you know, I've evolved into this because I do it all the time. That's why I'm not in chronic back pain, because I know how to do these things. And I do them every day because I want to take good care of myself. And I don't want to ever be. I lived 15 years with chronic back pain. I don't want to ever do that again. Ha, ha, ha. Life is too long for back pain. Now, I can take this knee that I'm pulling in toward my chest, toward midline. It'll just change the stretch a little bit. Ha, ha. And for some of you, it will deepen that and you could just stay there. For some of you, just pull this knee way out. In fact, you can try it and see. And that's where I get a bigger stretch. So you can, move your leg around and decide where that fear, that pocket of fear is in your iliopsoas and quad, and let it go. Now, if the knee is way up, it's this iliopsoas that's super tight. But over time, as you do this, it's going to release and you're going to feel it more and more into the quads. You may not even get much release, but keep doing it. Keep doing it. It will happen. All right, a couple more breaths here. Nice. One more. And then I sometimes have to pick this leg up with my hand, this right leg now, draw knees into my chest, and make circles on my sacrum. Oh yeah, feels so good. I hope it feels good to you too. All right, now we have another side. So I come into stillness, drop my left foot to the floor, walk it to the right, drop my left knee to the floor. And reach down with my right hand and pull my left heel into mid right butt cheek. Then I take my right hand onto my knee and draw my right knee toward my chest. And then I'm releasing out that tension of fear, created by fear. Now this side may be completely different. It's important for you to know what you're afraid of. Them, right side, you, left side. So again, I'm brushing down, letting go by breathing deeply in through my nose, out through my mouth, saying ha, and I'm releasing the fear that I have around myself. Whatever I may have grabbed onto, in the last few moments before I jumped on, or, it had to be that for me because I had just done my practice. But for you, it could have been, the morning, yesterday evening, or if you've never done this, however many years of fear that you've built up. And now you're letting it go, just brushing it off and releasing it. And oh my goodness, you're going to feel so good. So a couple more breaths here. Deep breaths in, full breaths out through your mouth, saying ha. Let's just do one more. Deep breath in, breath out, and then draw your left knee in. Oh yeah, knees to chest and make some circles. Now you may be realizing that you're afraid to make noise. You're afraid to make the ha's. Well, I understand. All my students go through that. But once you allow yourself to really and release, oh my gosh, you'll become your best friend. You'll walk around doing it and not even notice you're doing it, but you feel good. And who cares what anybody thinks about you? Yeah, we got our voices taken away from us. And if you look at the history of that, I just wrote a blog about it on my site that will go up in a couple of weeks. But I mean, it's from like the 1400s, and some clergyman decided that children were better to be seen than heard. What? Oh my goodness. And it started first with just young women, not even children. Kind of crazy when we look at the history of things. Okay, exhale, drop your feet to the floor. Pause there a moment. Just breathe in and out of that lower back. Nice. Now we're going to roll up very slowly, and I always do this. I roll to my side, then pick myself up using my arms. My head comes up last as I come to sit, and I just let it unfold. All right. So how did you do? Fearless yet? Now, we don't want you to be all the way to fearless, because fear is an important feeling, because it saves us a lot. Like, it's our warning system, like get out, right? So we don't want to eliminate that, but we don't want to be holding on to old fear. It does no good. All right, let's see if you have any questions. Birdie Beer. Using a ball that doesn't contain air, doesn't flatten, helps me get into the psoas muscle. Yeah, so you can get the sky balls that are kind of squishy, or you can get these harder balls. This is what I use too. But in the beginning, a softer ball may work, but you are going to work your way to this kind of ball anyway. Might as well start with a harder ball. Like Birdie Beer says, it really gets in. Let's see. Veronica, cramp on back of the thighs. Zowie. Yeah. You know, we have the agonist and antagonist muscles. So when one muscle is letting go, another muscle is grabbing on. Our psoas is opening in the front of our body. Back of our body muscles are going to be grabbing on. And if you've been hanging on for a really long time and your muscles don't want to release, you know what? Oops, I'm trying to adjust. Wardrobe adjustment. Then, you know, the muscles have a tendency to grab more if you haven't been doing this work. So you have to work through some cramping. Yeah. Let's see, Natasha. Fear of lava. I know. Natasha lives on the other side of the island where I lived as well, and we had lava flows in 2018, and her house is still standing, but it's surrounded by lava. It's like in the middle of a circle of lava. But she went out there yesterday to see it, and it looked beautiful by the pictures. So let's see, any more questions, anything? Okay. You guys good with fear? No questions about fear? Just get rid of it. That's it. Like, don't hang on to fear. It only will destroy your lower back. Okay, now we're on to our challenge. So this challenge, today's challenge is, let me find it. You're going to ask yourself, what do I fear the most? Like, what do I fear the most? And when you have your answer, write it down in your journal. It may not come up right away, but just ask yourself this throughout the day. Like, what do I fear the most? Let it just come bubbling up. Now, we did the work on the right side, iliopsoas, and then on the left. So you have some clues. Like, if your right iliopsoas hurt more than your left, then you're more afraid of somebody else. So you already just consider outside situations outside of yourself. Like Natasha said, she was afraid of lava. That's outside of her. Now, if your left side hurt more, that's inside of you. Like, what is it about yourself that you're afraid of? And just sit with this. Let it come up. But once it does and you write it down, then I'm going to just take you through a little bit of a meditation. So if nothing came up, you can just, you know, surely you can think of something you're afraid of. Just lie down for a moment, just flat on your back. And when I lie down, I always have my knees bent. like so. Because those of us who have lower back pain, if I take my legs straight out, I arch my lower back. And if I have my knees bent, I'm squishing my hand. So always have your knees bent, feet to the floor. I walk my feet out away from my body and drop my knees together, so I'm not actually using my inner legs to hold my knees up. And then I relax. So if you're gonna lie down, get in that position. Otherwise, you can sit up and do this as well. Okay, so sitting or lying, let me just get this up a little bit. I want you to close your eyes and breathe in and out at the front of your hips and thighs where we worked in that iliopsoas muscle. Now, as you breathe here, in and out, in and out, visualize your fear coming true, whatever that may be. Visualize it. It's true. Natasha was afraid of the lava and it came. She can't get to her house. She really had that come true, and it wasn't probably a fear at the time. But if there's fear in you, fear of somebody else doing something to you, just visualize that that's true. And notice you may be gripping just a little bit, but hang on, we're going to release that. Now, with each out breath, say ha, ha, and you can do it louder and louder if you want to. With each out breath, release that image until it's completely gone. Ha, get rid of that person you're afraid of. Get rid of that thought, that belief that causes you fear inside of yourself. Ha, ha, ha. And when you feel that it has left, go back to breathing in and out of those iliopsoas muscles and quads. And visualize the opposite of your fear being true. So if it's someone you're afraid of doing something, bad to you, visualize that person just coming and giving you a big hug, or giving you a present, or saying something kind and loving to you, or saying, I'm sorry, whatever it is. Visualize that thing that you fear, the opposite. So with Natasha, she can visualize that she lives in lava zone 8 instead of lava zone 1 and 2. And there's no lava that can come to her. So just visualize the opposite of your fear. Now, when you really got that, hold on to this visualization. Hold on to it. Stay in this space, breathing in and breathing out. And feel your body releasing that fear. Because it's not there. And feel the joy. Feel the joy in visualizing and holding the visualization of this opposite of what you're afraid of. Now, I want you to hold on to this joy, to this visualization that is creating this joy. So for me, I visualized my father getting well. And I'm going to hang on to that visualization as I go out from here and go back and help him out. And it's going to get me through my day in joy versus fear. All right, now if you're lying down, you can slowly come up, bring yourself up to sitting, and just unfold and feel in your body the difference between fear and joy. And hopefully we brought you to some joy right now. And you can go back and do this visualization, especially if that thing that you're most afraid of didn't come up. Work with that a little bit and go back and do this little visualization meditation. It's in your email, and I wanted just to say something about email. Some of you need to check promotions. I don't think anything's going to spam, but I know that on some Gmail accounts that the emails are going into promotion. So check that to make sure you have your email. All right, now let me just see if there's any more questions. Let's see, Blair. Oh, it's so good that Blair is here. So because Blair jumped on, I'm going to just give you guys a little heads up. So this 7-day love challenge doesn't have to end. It's going into a 21-day journey called Lower Back Bliss. If you want to continue to release your lower back pain, you'll take 21 days to go deeper and deeper and deeper into this work. And Blair did it. He started, I think, at a back pain of somewhere between like 6 when he wasn't doing too much, but 8, like if he really did something. And he resolved his back pain. It went from a 1, no back pain, to a 3. And if he went out and he lifted something heavy and it went back to a 6 to an 8, he had the tools to eliminate it again, bring it back to a 1, or maybe up to a 3 where it was slightly talking to him. Awesome, I'm so glad you're on here, Blair. So I'll give you all the details about that tomorrow and in tomorrow's email, but it is coming up and I'm super, super excited about it. And here's the best thing. I'm giving the first 3 days absolutely free because I want you to continue this journey. And then if you want to continue after 3 days, the cost is $247, but totally worth it. Think about that. No more trips to the chiropractor, no more trips to the acupuncturist, to the orthopedic surgeon, whoever you go to try to eliminate your back pain. You are going to be able to take care of it. So thanks, Blair, for jumping on. Veronica, tears flowing. Oh, yes, that happens. All right. Hee, not bandage, but namaste. I thought bandage. What does that mean? Thank you so much, says Jeannie. Blair, it was fabulous. The lower back bliss. Thank you, Blair. It was fabulous. I'm still using the program. Yay. Thanks, Blair, for jumping on and giving us those kudos. All right. So you guys go have a joy-filled day, not a fear-filled day. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll jump back on and answer them on our Facebook page. And let me know how you're doing. I really, really, really want to know. Yay. Go have a good one. Bye.